Hey guys, Eric Castaneda here, America's most entertaining leadership coach, and I want to welcome you to Leadership 101. And today I'm going to talk about self-leadership. And before you can lead others, you must lead yourself. And the reason that's important is because it's going to be hard for people to follow you if you're not taking your own advice, right? Because people don't like hypocrites. So when you're a leader, are you leading yourself? And parts of leading yourself, the first thing part of leading yourself has to do with accountability. And accountability basically is do you hold yourself accountable for the things you say you're gonna do? Like each year, I meet people who want to write books. I meet a ton of people who want to write a book, and obviously I wrote a book. And every person, when I tell them that I wrote a book, they say I want to write a book too. And maybe out of 100 people, one or two people actually follow through and write a book. And that's when it comes to holding yourself accountable. Because if you can't follow through with a simple task of writing a book or working out and being consistent, it's going to be very hard for you to lead others, for others people to want to follow you because you don't hold yourself accountable. So that's the first part of being a leader is accountability. Now, the second part of being a leader is being persistent. So you have to have that willingness to keep going even though you're failing again and again and again. I can't tell you how many times I failed, how many things I tried, failed, didn't work, but I kept going, I kept going. And it's not saying that you're not going to have moments where you feel like quitting and you just don't believe it's ever going to happen. But what separates a normal person from a leader who gets results is they're willing to just be persistent and keep going and trying different things until they get it right. So being persistent is one of the key elements of being a leader. You have to be persistent because failure is much more, happens much more than success. So in order to succeed, you have to fail a lot. Anybody that's achieved anything great has failed so much, and that's the reason they've become successful. Okay, the next part of being a leader is being self-motivated. You have to be able to motivate yourself. See, it's easy to watch a video series like this and be motivated after you listen to it. It's easy to read a book and be motivated and pumped up, or go to a seminar and be motivated and pumped up. But after you read that book, after you go to that seminar, after you hear a training like this, can you keep the motivation? Because everybody that's a winner in life, that's achieved greatness, are able to motivate themselves when times are good. Obviously, it's easy to motivate yourself when times are good, but especially when times are bad. That's what winners are made. Can you motivate yourself when it looks like everything you try, every obstacle is coming in your way? Can you keep going? When people tell you can't do this, you can't do that, can you keep going? And that's the key element of self-leadership. And I want to tell you guys a story. Basically, when I started writing my book, I had a lot of people tell me, "Oh, you can't write this book. Who do you think you are? Who do you know, you don't have this, you don't have that." And I kept going. I didn't let that defer me from achieving my dream of wanting to be an author. And I had a lot of obstacles coming my way. I lost my job. I had a falling out with my roommate. I had all these obstacles coming my way, and I could have stopped. I could have quit. I could have just said, you know what, forget it. Everybody's right. But I kept going, and I kept going, and I achieved my dream. I finally finished my book, and it's selling out there, and it's touching people's lives. And I just tell you that story because that's a part of self-leadership. If I wasn't able to push myself and keep going, there's no way that I could be making this video and telling you about leadership. So I have to be able to follow my own advice. Another story I want to tell you is about J.K. Rowling. And she's obviously everybody knows, she's the creator of the Harry Potter series. And before she was wildly successful, did you know that she was on welfare? She was going through a divorce, and her husband kicked her and her daughter out. She had nowhere to live. And people told her, "Why are you writing these children's books? Just be a teacher. These books will never be successful." And she just kept writing. She kept writing. Eventually, she found a place for her and her daughter to live, and she got a job at a cafe. And she just kept writing. She just kept writing. And eventually, she got a publisher to publish them. And when she got the publisher to do it, they weren't excited and on top of the roof. This is a hit. This is going to be amazing. They only printed 1,000 copies or 2,000 copies. And slowly but surely, they started to catch on and catch on. And now we know J.K. Rowling is a billionaire just from her books. Is the only author, actually. And her books were made into movies. And see, the woman who was on welfare was able to lead herself and keep going despite all the obstacles she was going through. She held herself accountable to keep going, to keep writing the books. Then she was persistent through all her adversity, through the divorce, through having to get on welfare, being kicked out her own home by her husband. She was persistent. And then she was able to self-motivate herself, to tell herself that what I have is valuable to children. It offers value to the world. It's entertaining, and people are going to love this. So I hope you guys got something out of this video, and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. I'll talk to you soon.